Hello everybody, it's Walter, your favorite historian, educator, professor, social studies extraordinaire, and blue-collar scholar. Today's date is February 22nd, 2026, and this video is entitled, The Benefits of a Two-Party System. So you all know very well that I am a centrist Democrat, all right, leaning to the left, absolutely beyond question, but certainly have a lot of views which a lot of people would consider to the right, okay? I believe firmly in being balanced and, being more aligned in the center rather than an extremist on either side, which is why I decided to make this video today. So I know there are many of you out there who are extremely radical left and extremely radical right, and that's all fine, well, and good. But when you're that far on the edge, it leaves little room for you to grow, for negotiation, for you to perhaps modify your perspectives, which is why I strongly believe in a two-party system, okay? I believe firmly that a two-party system minimum, okay, works far better than a one-party system. I know a lot of you out there would love it if Democrats had complete control of everything, or if Republicans had complete control of everything. Guess what? I'm a Democrat, and I'm glad Democrats don't control everything at all times and in all places, okay? Same for Republicans. Because, like I just said, when one party has control of everything, it doesn't lead usually to very many results. I mean, the instances are numerous. The examples are numerous, okay? But first, let me give the reasons. Two-party systems encourage accountability. When you have one party in power, okay, and only one party to choose from, is that party going to hold itself to account? Not likely, okay? How many individuals in power truly believe in holding their friends accountable? Okay, party loyalty is more important than accountability. And if Democrats control everything or Republicans control everything, do you really think there will be accountability? The answer is hell no, okay? So a two-party system encourages accountability, all right? The other party is far more likely to hold its opposition to account than the party itself, all right? Republicans will definitely hold Democrats to account. Democrats will hold Republicans to account. That's just how it works, okay? Reason number two, balance. With one party in power and controlling all the levers of power, you tend to have, if you get anything done at all, you tend to have rather extreme legislation that typically may not always benefit or be palatable to everybody that it's affecting, okay? As a Democrat, I can give an example of this green energy shit, all right? Now, granted, I have no problem with the concept of green energy and reducing our carbon footprint and reducing toxins, smogs in the air and water and so forth and so on. I'm good with that. However, their desire to make everybody buy electric vehicles, I'm not with that shit, okay? One thing about me, I am huge on consumer choice. And mandating me buy an electric vehicle is some bullshit. I don't want an electric vehicle. I have no desire to have an electric vehicle, okay? And that's one of those examples that if Democrats had complete power, that's something you'd likely get nationwide, okay? On the other side, Republicans. If Republicans had complete power, federal level and all the states, I have no doubt in my mind they would implement a national abortion ban in this country. Now, I'm not a woman. I don't have any kids. I don't have any dogs in the abortion fight. But I point to that as an extremist example of legislation that would undoubtedly please some people, but would piss a whole lot of others off. And this is why you need balance. I think those are two great examples, okay? When you have a two-party system, it encourages both parties to work together to get productive legislation through. And that's why one party having all power at all times is actually counterproductive. So we got accountability and we have balance. It's the first two reasons. Number three, choice. When you have a one-party system versus a two or more party system, you don't have any choice, ladies and gentlemen. All you have is Democrats to pick from. All you have is Republicans to pick from. And typically, within those very narrow spheres, you have a very limited set of ideas, okay? It doesn't tend to work out well overall. Lack of choice is never good. Like I just said, I am a huge believer in choice. I don't care where you stand on the political spectrum. Everybody likes choice. Nobody likes being told you can only buy this or that. That's communism. That's not freedom. I am a huge believer in freedom, capitalism, choice, a free market economy, ladies and gentlemen. Mandating what type of car I have to buy is not it, okay? The same with political parties. Political parties are selling what? They're not selling cars, but they're selling ideas. And if you want, and only having one political party is like going to the store and you only have one type of soda you can buy. All Sprite, okay? Or all Pepsi. You might like both of them, but remember, you don't have the choice of both. You only have one at all times. So having one political party means only one set of choices, okay? And that's not good. Political parties sell ideas. You need to have a vibrant political system with multiple ideas to choose from. Just like when you go to the store and you go to an aisle, even though I don't drink soda, I'm just using that as an example. You go to the soda aisle and you see dozens of different types of sodas. That's how the political system should be. You shouldn't go in the aisle and all you see is Coke, or all you see is grape soda, or all you see is Pepsi or orange soda. You get the idea, okay? You have choice, and that's how a healthy political system flourishes, okay? It allows the people who change over time naturally to have different ideas put into legislation. And a one-party system runs contrary to choice, okay? So the needs for a two-party system are essentially grounded in accountability, balance, and choice. One-party system does not encourage any of that. Even though one party may embrace 90% of your beliefs, it is still necessary to have a two-party system, okay? Because sometimes the beliefs of your party may need to be tempered and moderated, and that's only going to happen when you have political opposition. I'll also add one more before I close this out. You will have, simply put, results. I have noticed, especially at the local level and the state level, when one party controls the levers of power and there is virtually no opposition, virtually or literally, sometimes you don't really get a whole heck of a lot done. And when you do get things done, it's pathetic. You would think that having a one-party system with no opposition, that one party will be able to breeze legislation through with no issue and problems. That obviously ain't the case, especially in my own city of Baltimore, where Democrats have solidly run the show for the past 60 years with no opposition from the GOP or any other parties, okay? I think even the Green Party is stronger in Baltimore City than the Republican Party. Don't quote me on that, but I'm just taking a wild guess. But when one party controls the levers of power, that does not encourage them to do anything, okay? A lot of times it encourages political stagnation. And because one party has the power, they know they're not going to be opposed by the people. They know they're not going to be challenged. They do nothing. So you have stagnation. That's why you need a two-party system. So we got balance, we got accountability, okay? We got results, okay? And we have choice, okay? So that's why you need a two-party system. But I'd love to hear what you have to say on it. Leave in the comments below, and we'll be happy to talk to you. Take care of yourself, stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you at the next video. Professor Shelton, the Blue Collar Scholar,